double, guys. Woo! Look at that. Look, guys. Look at the little babies. But hey, I'm gonna let these guys go and hopefully get the bigger guys. Hey, all my fishing fanatics, so welcome back for part 3 of surf fishing tips and tricks, and also some of the supplies to jetty fishing as well. If you guys see my previous video, I talked about what rods I recommend, different price ranges, and why I recommend them. Also, I talked about what reels I recommend and why, and different price points on those guys. But this video here is about what baits I recommend, what line for leaders, and what line I recommend for tying up your rigs. Also, weights and hooks. A big variety of stuff that's going to help you out there to catch more surf fish, guys. I almost guarantee it. Can't fully guarantee it because you never know. They may not be there that day. So, we're going to go and jump right into this, guys. And I will also have closer videos up. I'm getting better at doing that now. Thanks to some of you guys for messaging me and telling me how to do certain things. I appreciate it. So first I'm going to jump into, guys, is weights. Okay. Now when it comes to weights, there is such a big variety. It's literally like everything else. We can go years talking about different weights, sizes, everything. Lead, non-lead, steel, brass, titanium, tungsten, styrofoam, I don't know. Okay, guys. But there are certain things you need to realize when you're choosing your weight. Okay. One, and this will be another video, guys, so keep an eye on this one too, but I'm going to talk a little bit about it right now. One, before I go out and surf fish, I check the weather, obviously, so I know if I need to bring extra rain gear and stuff like that. Two, I check the tides. So I know when an outgoing tide is, incoming tide is. I also check the swells. I also check the wind. A whole bunch of different variations are going to depend on what weight I'm going to use. Okay. Now I can get down there and it can say it's going to be a horrible day and it's bright and sunny. It's 95 degrees outside, guys. Okay. But most often, 90% of the time, I am tossing 2 to 3 ounce weights. That's it. Every once in a while, when I want to have some fun, I'll go up to 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 ounce weights. And I'm just having fun at that point. Okay, guys. You can always, obviously, fishing is fun. So I get out there and I just want to have fun. Now, the most common one that probably everyone uses, including me, I will recommend it, is a disc sinker weight. This is a 2 ounce weight. Okay. They come in a pack of 4 from Mart. Roughly, I think $4 or $5, give or take. Okay. The next one, probably everyone's familiar with, is a Teardrop Weight. Okay. Buy those everywhere. Same with the next best one, the Pyramid Weight. Okay. Then you have I call them flat weights. I don't know the technical term. If someone does, let me know in the comments, please. But just a little flat guy. Okay. And then I have another triangle weight, but this one has spikes that come out. So you have this triangle weight and then this guy right here. Now, if I was going to rate these in order I would actually use them, first one would be the disc sinker. It's just been my always go-to weight. And that's the top one compared to the triangle with spikes. Okay, this is a good one, but this one it digs into the sand, so you're good. Next would be the actual triangle weight, the flathead. And then last would be the teardrop, only because the teardrop can roll. A flathead I've actually not had roll. Now, of course, stay away from the cannonball weights, guys. Okay, unless you want to do that, unless you want to have your weight rolling across, hey, you never know. It could work out. So, when it comes to size of the weights, like I said earlier, read the waves, cast out there, and see what's happening, okay? Usually it's 2 to 3 ounces, guys. Sometimes I'll just throw 4 just because I want to be right there. It's all on preference, guys. But start with 2 ounces, see where it goes from there. So, here is a 2 ounce disc sinker weight, guys. These are the ones that I highly recommend. This here is a 4 ounce pyramid. Of course, 2 ounces work great. This is the flathead I was talking about, guys. Okay, at least that's what I'm calling it. If I'm wrong, please let me know. And of course, guys, this is your typical teardrop. Then over here is one of the other ones I highly recommend. It's a triangle with the little spice I was talking about. So you guys can see the difference in these right here. Okay, these are the weights I recommend. Okay, they don't have to be 4 ounce, obviously. Disc and the triangle with the spice being the top, number one. Pyramid, flathead, and then teardrop. Okay. So that's enough about weights now. Now we're gonna move on to baits. Okay. You can get live bait. Clam necks work wonderful. Okay. You can also salt them, have in the freezer, thaw them. But if you can't get any live bait, okay, or you're tired of losing live bait, the next and probably the number one thing that almost every surf person is going to recommend, it's no secret, it works, it's Berkeley Gulp. Okay, now there's a big variety of Berkeley Gulps. Okay, so I'm going to go over each one I have here, and I'm going to tell you the one and number one I recommend no matter what. Okay, so first off, these are all going to be roughly 2 inches. Some are 2.5 and some are 3. Okay, first one here is Berkeley Gulp. It's going to be the Sandworm Bloody. It's okay. Okay, my personal opinion is probably near the bottom. Next one here is going to be a 3-inch Killer Nightcrawler. Okay, they're hollow in the inside, but I have caught fish in these guys. Okay, next will be the 2-inch Sandworm Natural. Again, they're then the next one here I use is a 2.5 Minnow Watermelon Pearl. These are kind of a hit and miss, but they're fun. Okay. And then next here I have a 3-inch. These are going to be a Squid Amber Glow. Again, these are a hit and miss, guys, so it really depends. Now, the number one thing that every surf fisherman, I guarantee it has more than one in their arsenal, is a 2-inch Sandworm CAMO. Remember that, guys. CAMO is the number one Berkeley Gulp one, guaranteed to get you some surf perch. Out of all these here, pick these up. They're hard to come by. Okay, Bimart does sell them. They've gone up in price, just so you guys know. Cabela sells, I don't have the container with me, a bigger container that has the longer ones, which you can actually cut. But to me, they're not the same. I don't know why, but they're just not. Berkeley Gulp CAMO, out of any other bait, even my clam necks I've used, seem to kill it the most. It's kind of a toss-up when it comes to that, okay? It really is, guys. You can try different ones, because you never know. CAMO may not be working that day, so you switch to natural, and all of a sudden, bam, you're just hitting them. Now, remember, the good thing about surf perches, once you nail that one fish, you know where to go. They're going to be right there. It's not like all of a sudden they've just disappeared. Most of the time, they're going to be in that little hole that you guys are at. So remember that, okay, when you're out there casting and you get one on your line, remember how far do they cast, do I slowly reel it in, and we'll go into more details about that too. It's going to tell the bait right here. This is going to be the 2-inch Bloody Sandworm, okay. And this is the 2-inch Natural Sandworm. Here is a 3-inch Killer Nightcrawler, guys. They're actually hollow in the inside right in here. They work great. Okay, these are 2.5 Minnow Watermelon Pearl. This is the Watermelon Pearl. This one here is the Squid. Now, I usually use this for a little bit something different, okay? Now, of course, the number one bait right here, guys. 2-inch Sandworm CAMO. Okay, for some reason these work absolutely killer. Okay, I recommend that one out of everything here. Get rid of all that. That's the number one. Okay, number one is right there, guys. I wouldn't even bother about live bait if you don't need to. These are gonna be your number one go-to, guys. Okay. Okay. Again, such a large variety of hooks. We can go days on it. Same with everything else here. But I'm going to talk about what I recommend and use personally, guys. So a lot of my stuff is going to be Eagle Claw. One, they're the cheapest to a point, depending on what you buy, but usually I get the bigger packs. So these are size 1 aught. These are going to be their Octopus long shank. Okay. This guy about right here. Now, of course, I'll have more close-up videos of all this stuff for you guys too. I always recommend the Octopus ones because they set the hook for you guys. You don't have to yank on it. And then my next one here is the same thing. Octopus is a size 2. Now, you can also go with bait holder hooks, guys. Okay, and treble hooks. It really depends on what you want to fish for. The really great thing, if you guys know, the bait holder hooks here, is they have the spines in the back. Keep your bait on there, obviously a little bit better, but they also help grab into the fish. So it really depends on what you like. I always recommend an Octopus hook, at least a size 2, a size 4, or if you want to go a little bigger, to a size 1. It really depends on the setup that you guys are using, okay? Now, you can buy a little, like this little Eagle Claw bait holder hook container here. You get them from South Bend. You can buy them in the big variety packs, you know, like these here. So, and they're not going to hurt the bank. You're probably looking at roughly about $5 to $6 for probably a pack of, let's just say 40, because these are all different, obviously. Okay, so it's really up to you what you want to buy. Bait holder hook, Octopus hooks. I mean, you can even go, if you wanted to, and get yourself a plain shank hook. You know, use a bass hook. Give it a mind. That's why I recommend the Octopus hooks itself, and you're good to go. Now, when it comes to hooks, like I said, I use a lot of the needle point Octopus hooks here. This is a 1 aught. Okay, show you guys kind of what it looks like here. But the reason why I like them, because you don't have to set the hook. It will turn automatically, as you guys can tell, you just set the hook. Okay. And of course, these are size 2. And let me just do this so you guys can see a size comparison here. There we go. Come on. There we go. So that's the size difference on those two, guys. I'm usually using the 2 here, but I've used them both of them before. Okay. And then of course you have a wide variety of bait holder hooks that you can use. These are trebles, obviously, guys. Okay, but wide variety of bait holder hooks. Okay. It really depends on you. Now, when it comes to line, your main line and your leader line, it's up to you what you personally want to use. But I'm going to tell you what I use. You guys probably by now know that I'm a big fan of the tough line. Okay, braided Dacon, or braided dragon, is what I like to call it. I always go through usually 20-pound test. Okay, it's got the green spot color. I just like it. That's what I use on almost all my lines. Every single reel that's right here on the table has that line on it, guys. I've never had a problem with it snapping. It holds knots like there's no tomorrow. Doesn't slip. It seems to work really great. Again, that's my personal opinion. Now, again, I have spider wire here. Now, I've had problems in the past, and again, I think it's because this stuff is old. Got it from a garage sale, guys. But it's up to you what you want to use. I recommend braided line as your main line. That's me. I don't use monofilament size leaders or fluorocarbon, guys, or even biodegradable. Okay, so it's kind of up to you. Fill out. I don't recommend anything higher than 30-pound test because you're not out there. You don't need to go and get yourself 60-pound test. Okay. I recommend no higher than 25, guys, at least for the braided. And that same goes with your leader line. I have a 20-pound As probably recognize the orange label. This is STS Salmon from Cigar. I use that a lot. I've got South Bend's 25-pound test here. I've got Berkeley's Trident 20-pound test. Then Dollison's 20-pound test. This is blue. Kind of sometimes like using different colors because you just kind of never know. Like this one's a low vis green. This is clear, obviously clear and blue. I like using different colors because you just never know when you're out there fishing. That one color may hit, one color may not. It's kind of all in preference of the two guys. But if you notice, they're all roughly 20-pound and 25-pound leader lines. That's what I use. It's the easiest, especially when tying knots. The bigger you get, the harder it is, and especially with hooks. And I'll show you guys here in a minute, when you try to put hooks through, like this one here, is a big game 50-pound test. This green guy right here, okay? Put one of these hooks through, it won't go through. So the pre-knotted hook that you made, the pre-loop, infinity knot, whatever you guys want to call it, dropper knot, won't fit. So now you got to either find a bigger hook, cut your line, redo it, and then you're back to square one. That's why I recommend 20 to 25-pound test. It's easy to work with, and for the most part, it's not expensive, okay? Now, when it comes to tying things up and what to use, there's such a variety of different things you can use. A lot of us use the dropper shot or Carolina rig. Okay, those are probably the two number ones out there, or high-low rig, depending on how you guys want to look at it. And they're the simplest and easiest to tie. Okay, so and I have another video that will incorporate this too, but I just wanted to show you guys with the high vis here. Probably can't see it, but on each side here I have 2 infinity knots or dropper hooks. In the middle I have 2 here, one here and one down here. Very simple to tie, very easy. Now you can go out and get pre-made ones like this one right here. Okay, these are pre-made for you. Okay, one's got a barrel swivel, one's got a snap swivel on the end. Those are good. It's a hit and miss on how you want to do it. Okay, if I'm going to go with that and have something that has a snap swivel in the bottom, I'm going to go with something that has a metal ring, like the disc sinker, the pyramid, or the pyramid with spikes. Because the other ones here, it won't fit. You're going to lose your weight. It's going to be the end of it. Now, if you don't want to go out and tie your own, you can go and buy surf leaders. Okay, these are a 20-pound test, 12 pieces, and it's pretty much the same as the green, same as this line right here. Only difference is that they're not as long here. They're a little bit shorter, so it does cause problems. They come with a barrel swivel and a snap on the end, so they work out. Now, of course, if that's not something you want, Eagle Claw has a double drop nylon rig. Okay, and these are a little bit higher end compared to some of the other ones. Okay, they have snap swivels on the bottom, ends, a dropper here, and then another dropper next to the barrel swivel here, guys. They work great. So it really depends on how you want to tie it up. And again, I'll go in more detail here with a couple of the videos that I made that you guys will see me actually personally tying them up. So it's easier compared to right here. For some reason, my other camera up there is not working, so I can't do it in front. I don't know why, but I do apologize for that, guys. So you can tie your own. You can get ones that are pre-made. You can also, like here, now obviously this is more for the jetty, but you can get ones that are pre-made with bait and have their own line on them. So it makes it just as easy, okay? Now, same with the Carolina rig, guys. You can tie your own up with the weight, depending on how you want to do it. Have your weight, have your snap, and have your hook down here, okay? It all really depends on what you feel more comfortable with. Do you feel more comfortable with these? Now, I love these. These make my life easier. The one problem, though, show you guys. So when you take them out, they're all bunched up. But the problem is the little loops they give you are small. They're not usually big enough to fit a bigger hook. So you have to keep that in mind if you buy these, where those fit the hooks I bought. Most of the time you're going to have to go with a small size 2 or small size 1. Or some of the bait holder hooks are going to be a little smaller than what you anticipate. Now, there is a way around that. What you can do is you can take your snap swivel, okay, and snap a barrel weight onto there because it actually will fit with a snap swivel, and then have your hook in the snap swivel. Okay, another option. It really depends on how you want to do it, guys, and how you want to rig everything up. I personally tie my own 90% of the time. Okay, and the good thing about tying your own, without knocking all this over here, come on. Oh. I don't need you on the ground because I'll probably definitely hook myself, so we'll put you back up in the styrofoam. The good thing about tying your own, though, guys, is that you can judge how much you want. Do I want a short line? Do I want an extremely long line? Do I want 1, 2, 3, dropper shots on there? That's the good thing about tying your own. And you can tie them where, do I want them 13 inches apart? Do I want them 24 inches apart? Do I want them 36? Do I want a 4-foot leader with one dropper at 2 feet, the other one at 2.5? I always tie my own because of that reason, purpose only. It says I can judge, and I can go there and I'll pre-tie about 10 liters before I leave. The night before, I'll tie everything up, and I'll go, okay, I'm going to make one long one extra long, one extremely long, one short, one medium, and I'll get everything rigged up the night before. This way, when I'm out there, I can look at the waves going, oh yeah, they're pounding pretty hard. Let me go with the little bit longer one, see what happens. Oh no, they're good. Let me go with the shorter leader here. Okay. Oops. On the line here, guys. So this is that green line. Okay. I got one here. Keep pulling it. There's my first dropper. Right here. Second dropper. Then down to the other line. So that is what that looks like. Now this is a double drop nylon rig from Eagle Claw. Okay, let's see if I can. There we go. So there's one end, dropper right there. Come down, there's another end, there's a barrel right there, dropper. Then you have that. And then you have this kind of guy right here. Okay, snap down to a dropper. Now, these are already pre-rigged, so you can't take these off. Okay, but does not mean these don't work. Okay, this is my 4/0 hook here. Okay, leader all the way down my barrel, and then all the way down here, guys. This is kind of overkill, but it does work. And then these are the pre-tied surf leaders I was talking about, guys. Okay, you have the barrels, snap swivel, and then up here, this is where you put your hook on. And sometimes they don't fit some of the hooks, and it just makes it a pain, guys. So just keep an eye out on that. I mean, they're great for a pinch if you really want to get stuff done. Okay, like I said before, you can take one of these guys right here, hook the line through, and then you can put your hook on here if you wanted to do it that way. It doesn't really look good. So this is one of the lines that I recommend, guys. Okay, that's that beautiful color. Let me get you one that's out of the box. See? I don't know why. I've never had a problem with this line. I highly recommend it. And again, the Dyson. This one was 20 pound blue. South Bend, 25 pound. And of course, Cigar guys. I use this too as my leader, 20 pound. And then it's the Lowe's Viz green. Okay. So it's really up to you guys on what you guys really want to use. Okay. I have been out there and I've seen people catch surf perch on a 7-foot rod. I've seen people out there with a 15-foot rod and catching surf perch, guys. I've seen people out there with, small reels catching surf perch. Everyone has their own preference, and it really depends on what you want to use and how comfortable you are. But you're not going to know until you get out there, guys. But remember one thing: Berkeley Gulp CAMO Sandworms. Okay, they are the number one. They will get you fish. Okay, throw a 2-ounce sinker out there with a high-low rig. Throw yourself on a size 2 Octopus hook, CAMO, and you guys will be golden. Start pre-tying your stuff up. Get out there and catch some fish, guys. And remember, if you haven't, guys, hit that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button, guys, and leave some comments below. Let me know if any of this helps you. Let me know what you recommend. If you want to have something new that you figure no one else has tried, like maybe you out there and you're using a steelhead rig, with a bead, and you're out there catching surf fish. Hey, you never know. Okay. If you have any other questions, guys, please let me know in the comments below. Got a whole bunch more tips and tricks videos coming your way. Of course, hopefully you guys saw the videos I did correctly with me catching some surf fish, everything like that. And remember, guys, once I hit 100 subscribers, there will be a nice big giveaway. I keep piling up boxes to give away to everyone. And when I'm done doing my surf fishing videos here, guys, I will be giving away a surf fishing rig. The whole setup: rod, reel, line, tackle, and everything. So keep an eye out for that, guys. Okay?